Yes, we always record. Okay, so the first thing is first topic is about like the contracts. What you basically all of you are here because you have been selected to be members of the DIH² network, and last time we also had some new applications, something like 9 applications, and we selected 6 of them, and we had to we couldn't select all of them because they were not very fitting for our network. But one thing is that you all have received the contract to be signed. That's very important. If you have not received the contract to be signed for the network, please say now.
This is Anna Bird at MITC. I don't believe that I have received it. I filled out the form, but I haven't received.
You have not received from MITC. So is it possible from Sweden? Yes,
from Sweden.
Is it possible that the other person, Jenny, has received it? Jenny Roos?
Who's Jenny? I don't know who Jenny
maybe
is.
Okay, maybe no. So actually on my record it says that it has been sent to you.
Okay, I have to check it. The problem is that I'm changing jobs this month. I'm becoming the CEO for the limited company, so I'm no longer employed by the university. So it could have gotten lost in the change.
If you are moving, isn't it like important that you handed this responsibility to someone in the organization?
No, I mean, I am at MITC still. It's just that MITC has operations in the university, which my university email has been connected to this project. So I'm just changing email address. I'm not leaving the organization. So, so is it possible to have it resent if I put my new address in the chat? Can it be resent to me on the new address?
Okay, you can do that. We can try to do that. It has been sent to annabird@mdh.se.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 2 things. First of all, we don't have MDH anymore. We have MDU now. So it's a confusion.
Let's do so that if someone else have the same problem.
I'm not sure. This is Angelika from KPT, from Krakow. We sent all the documents, but we are waiting for the links to sign it. So.
Okay, any other case?
Me too.
Here, Simon Beckers from VB. That is still to be finalized, a sub-grant agreement, so that's the reason.
Okay. So
is it easier to sort of just maybe list the ones that you don't have back, rather than asking? Because I'm guessing, like for DMIW, you've received the paperwork.
No, I think we ask now if someone has received or if someone is having some problem. So I think this is recorded. So we will make sure that the people who are complaining there, because normally it should have gone to all of them who are present in this list. So if someone has not received, so most likely there are cases like either it can go in some cases to junk in some places, or maybe it has been like the change of email address, like one of the cases we just noticed. Yes, Manuel.
Yes, I received the contract, but UPN Rectorate like to include a sentence, and I inform it. I don't remember the name, but I inform it to BTD, and they said that they are processing this request.
Yeah, but actually this is a standard contract signed by hundreds of other parties. So we cannot individually add one sentence or change one thing for individual parties. So that's...
Okay, I really sorry.
Yeah. So this
I understand. I understand the situation, but the UPM like to be more precise about liabilities.
Yeah, you can send it to us and we can have a look at it and then we can discuss this. But this is a contract which is signed by hundreds of parties. Okay. So fundamentally, the idea is that you should have gotten the contract, you should have signed it by now, and it should have been part of the deal so far, which we should have been looking forward to start doing the things which are in the contract. So if not, please get on the red alert, because you should get the contract signed, because that will allow you, for example, to start participating in our events, start participating in the meeting. You know that the next upcoming, our first meeting is happening in the 1st of July in Rotterdam. So we will start from there, and this contract allows you to start participating in that. Of course, you can participate in there if you're a member without signing the contract, but many organizations may not allow you to put any money or any bills to any project until you have signed the contract. Yes, Maria.
Just one confirmation. So the official starting date, well, first of all, we have received the contract and signed it back. The official starting date for the project is indeed the 1st of June, as stated in despite potential delays coming from these meetings, the official starting date is June, so we can start report and doing the activities since the 1st of June. Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, Miguel.
Hi, Ali. Yeah, from UPB, we also need to make some changes in Article 28 of the agreement.
Yeah.
Different issue from the other partners, but since the agreement is a sub-grant, we are receiving a grant, and so we have to keep the ownership. We have no problem at all in order to give you a license for whatever you need to do it with the results. But it's a issue from regulation from our country. We are not avoid to give the ownership if we are talking about the grant.
Yes, I think, look, Miguel, this is same for everybody, and the contract has been some sort of standard contract. Do you think that there in this particular networking events that we are meeting together and we are exchanging ideas and you are actually building some consortium, are you planning to develop some software here, do some experiment and produce some design, some results?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yes, so please explain this to your lawyers, that this is actually non-concerned element here altogether. If you want to keep all the results, you can keep it, and that's fine with us.
Okay.
Yeah, this discussion is going on now offline, and I suggest that we don't kind of use our
Yes, so I think this contract for changing and all that, this is really not part of.
If you have any problems with the contracts, you can contact me. And also, if you haven't received, I would appreciate if you do like Anna did. So please add your email address to the chat, and I will see that you get.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. What is this? I think Paul, you have your hand up.
Yes, I was just asking, I would just like to repeat my question that I put already in the chat, because two other colleagues are in the same situation. So we have signed the contract via DocuSign, and then I got the email back from DocuSign that it's completed and that I would get a copy of the signed contract. And this document I did not get until now. So the question is this to be distributed by DocuSign automatically, or do we get it from you after some verification from your side?
Yeah, I just checked that, and you will get it from Kirsi Pietulainen. She will send. DocuSign sends a copy, but it sends to the authorized signatory. So if you want a copy, Kirsi can send it to you.
Thank you, please.
But I will make sure that everybody gets their copy.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's go and talk something else. And what we can talk is our first meeting on the 1st of July, when we are meeting in Rotterdam. The idea is that we start somewhere around 9 o'clock and then we continue till 4 or 5 on the Friday. I am aware that this may not be the most ideal situation because everybody wants to go home, including me also. But I think this was one of the best options we could manage, and it is very convenient because we are already combining it together with European Robotic Forum. So many of the people will be coming there anyway, and you will have chance to do much more networking during the 3 days if you're coming to attend the European Robotic Forum. But we did not want to do it in one of the same days, our event, because then we would run into a problem that there are many people, there are many other sessions happening, and we wanted to have our own session. Also, maybe you already know this, the DIH² is one of the gold list sponsors for the European Robotic Forum. So we have our own booth. And any of the members, you are welcome to come to the booth and have probably the possibility to discuss with me and see that how we can actually make this booth useful for you, even now, or maybe in future. So I will be there on the booth most of the time. It's not my booth or anybody, it's the DIH² booth, and every member of the booth have the right to basically use this booth in one way or the other. So of course, we don't want a situation that hundreds of people come with their own banners and pamphlets and everything there, but we are happy to listen to the ideas, and you're welcome to come there and stand there and maybe even meet people there and whatever you like to do. I'm going to share my screen now. And I think, wait. So I think now you see the right screen. So
yes,
this
we
is,
see.
yes.
We see.
So actually we have been, and today there will be in the last agenda item in the end of this meeting, actually Antonio, one of our colleagues from Eureka, he is going, which is also a member of this network. We are going to do some sort of analysis and we want to get your opinion that what we should be doing during our networking events. Fundamentally, you know that when we are a group of digital innovation hubs, we are members, most of us are members when we are coming together. The idea is to build a network. But one of the important thing is the purpose of the network. And that would be, for example, we think that the purpose of this network is something very unique from every other organization or every other network. And what we, as you know, probably you have been in many of networking events, and especially matchmaking events. So what we have been, for example, in DIH², we have established a technology transfer program. And the idea is that this technology, which is generated at the very high level at the European level, how it can be made sure to be transferred to the manufacturing companies, to the actual beneficiaries in every region. And I think that's the role of, I think DIH is very unique in here. So as a digital innovation hub, and I think many of you are also at least has an application of European Digital Innovation Hub, which is like basically continuation of the same program. Your fundamental goal or the main objective is to build the digitization within your region in certain topics, in certain areas. And this is very much focused on manufacturing. What our network is focused is on manufacturing. So what we do is that we, as you know, that there are certain number of European calls all the time open. There are certain number of FSTP calls open all the time. And what we do is through this digital, we provide you the material, we provide you the let's say like the presentation, the pamphlet, or the things you will need for the region. And what we would like you to do is to first build a European level consortium. So during our meeting in Rotterdam, what we expect is that the people build some sort of initial idea here in the beginning, together with some other partners. So come together. For example, Antonio will present a couple of calls to you that we are thinking to target with the deadlines in November. So if you build a consortium together with some partners, maybe 2, 3, 4 partners, the best thing would be, the next best thing what we do is to do so-called local robot days or European robot days in your own regions. What we would like is that every one of us be able to organize a small event in their own region, in their own country, where they invite the regional companies, regional startups which are working in AI and robotics, or regional small, medium-sized factories. And then basically invite them and present them the project idea, present them the European cause, and ask them their interest and their use cases if they are interested. So the difference what we want to make here, if from the other networking events and other matchmaking events, is that we want to take this matchmaking all the way down to the people who matters. And actually, this is something what every digital innovation hub and European Digital Innovation Hub is supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be going to your regional SMEs and supposed to be involving them and making sure that the European technologies are transferred to these companies, including some of the European funding is transferred to these companies. So what we will do, what our idea for the next whole 1 year of work together, what we will be doing as the network, is to build some ideas about the European calls, but the European calls. So for example, you will see there are a couple of European calls, upcoming open calls, which are coming from the European Commission side. We will take them, we will build a small consortium, and then we will organize, all of us organize a local event in your own region and try to get involved the companies from your side. From there on, we will further help you to analyze the use case of these companies, to analyze the business case of these companies. And also it is very important when we are getting manufacturing companies or small, medium-sized startups into the European programs, we need to analyze somehow their maturity level, because European technologies can be coming from the European projects, they can be very, very advanced. And unless a manufacturing company is already very well advanced on the ICT, in the digitization, they might not be able to benefit, or they might not be a very good fit for the project, or for the proposal you're preparing. So for example, if a company doesn't have basic ICT infrastructure, it means they may not have any sort of data collection in there, and that means that actually they are incapable of using artificial intelligence in the factory anyway. So these kind of elements should be analyzed, and we will support you in that. Eventually, the idea would be that before the November, before the deadline of these calls, we get together once again with you. And we try to finalize these ideas in the form that you can put it together as a proposal and can submit for the European Commission calls. So that's fundamentally what we are looking to do in the next 6 months, let's say up till November. And this is something what we call DIH² Technology Transfer Program. And basically, this is something what we have been experimenting and trying multiple times during the project. And now it would be a good idea to establish this practice European-wide in the whole network. And of course, as we go forward, we learn from each other, and then we improve these things together. Any questions? Any questions? Anything which is unclear? Anything which is very clear?
Hello, sorry if I did not get it right or missed it somewhere, but would there be more detailed agenda for the event on the 1st of July and some hints of how should we prepare for this meeting in order to evaluate who exactly to be the person who will attend, as we are all organizations, we have many people on the team, so it would be really nice to not only coordinate who is available to travel, but who would be the best fit to represent the organization.
Yeah, I can answer that. So first of all, I think the agenda you should receive during the next week. So today we have some preliminary agenda already. I think we have shared actually, because originally many of you know probably that the meeting was supposed to happen in March. Because originally European Robotic Forum was planned in March, but because of the COVID pandemic, it was postponed in June. So that we will make some updates in the agenda, because many of the topics which were supposed to be discussed in March, we have already been discussing in the online meetings. Regarding the person who should attend, I think each of you have been asked to allocate a local evangelist in robotics, so-called LER. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes, I think the fundamental event, if it's being part of a network, normally always important that it's not just an organization. Of course, organization is an organization, but organizations are represented by people, and the people recognize people. They do not recognize organizations. So I think the best way is to make sure that whoever is this person is going to be consistently available and consistently attend all different upcoming meetings, and not sending a different person on different in every different meeting, because that will kill the whole purpose of your participation. So this person who is representing the organization will get to know it's about being in part of a community. So I would recommend that you really find a person who is capable of networking, is good in communication, and capable of coming to this event for the rest of the year, what we are working at, as many events we organize.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell me how can we access this agenda? You said you had some preliminary.
Yes, you will receive it.
It wasn't available.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you will receive it. Yes.
Thank you.
So that's all.
May I please? I have raised my hand. May I? This is Teresa from
Yes,
Hub
okay.
Digital Innovation Prague, Czech Republic. I have also typed my question into the chat, and it's related to the local event to promote the results of D² project, because even if the contract has not been signed yet, we have already created some opportunities to promote the results of the project. Some of them have passed during the month of May because we didn't have enough materials and information to promote it. The other ones will be during July, and then in autumn we will have in Czech Republic a very large international machinery fair trade, where will be an excellent opportunity to organize a kind of a hybrid event, mixed for some people on the spot, some attending online. So my question is related to the material that we could possibly receive from this project, and also to the project website, because we wanted to learn something more, but the website remains unfunctional for a longer time. So please, if you could advise us.
Is unfunctional. When does that happen?
Yeah, let you have a look. I hope in the chat there is the link, but it doesn't work.
Which website doesn't work? You mean
DIH²,
DIH².eu?
yeah, DIH².
I just opened it.
Oh, that's good. So that's maybe a problem of my browser of some cookies or something. Great, great. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I will try to have a look in another browser. Good to know, and good for you to know that in Safari browser it doesn't work.
Yeah, but anyway, there will be some renovation of the website are happening, just to let you know. So in the coming days, you will all get a username and password. Actually, this should happen in the next month. So you should be able to update your own information very, very quickly and easily. And we don't want to know all the information. As you know, that JRC have a catalog of digital innovation hubs. And there you have a lot of detail, but here we don't want to have a lot of detail. We only need to know the person who is going to be in contact with us.
Yeah,
so this, yes.
With that in mind, because we have this issue quite often. Sometimes we need two admins to access the information. Is it possible to?
Yes.
Yeah.
We will allow everyone to have two at least.
Yes,
because it's good for us anyway, because we want to make sure that you know, if one is leaving, there is no complete hole there, so we will allow to.
Yeah, especially say, for example, with us DMIW, myself and Rachel both have pretty much equal rights on things, so we need to make sure that we're both involved with them. So we're kind of,
yes, I think we will look most likely. There is always a possibility to change the person in many different ways.
Yeah, and just talking about the dissemination very quickly then, is there also something, and I know we can point to the website, but is there anything specific that we can put on our own websites that really promotes some of this? Is there a piece that
you can actually promote yourself to be the member of the DIH² network.
Yeah,
it's actually the largest network on manufacturing on its kind of digital innovation hubs with robotics. There is no other. So you can proudly put the logo on your website. You can actually say that you're a member of this and put the link to our website. And soon we will have your link and your digital innovation hub and everything on our website also. Actually, we already have, but as you can see that we already you can find all of them here, but this whole interface will be much more improved. So one thing I think I want to continue is this local robot days. This is something we think is one of the practice we really want to continue in the coming years. Something all of you, as for example, Teresa was saying that there is going to be one very big industrial event in Czech Republic. So once or twice a year, I'm sure whichever region or whichever country you are, there is definitely some industrial events are organized. And I'm also very sure we have some new people still coming. I'm also very sure that as a member of, as a Digital Innovation Hub, many people from your organizations are attending tens of events every year, at least few events per year in the region must be, isn't it? So what we would like to do is that you pick one or two of those events which you attend anyway, and make sure to organize a small session which is very much focused on inviting the regional companies. This is I think this is something very, very fruitful what we have learned for the Digital Innovation Hub, because this person who is the local evangelist, he is building his reputation. He's getting to know your Digital Innovation Hub, getting to know within the companies, and they get to know that you are bringing them some sort of opportunities all the time. These opportunities can come from Europe, these opportunities can come from the region, and actually having these connections, knowing the problems of the regional companies, helps you to also build your connection lobby at the regional level with the regional government or with the national government to for example access some more funds which are needed for these companies, to help these companies in many different ways. I think this is a practice which we find very, very useful. And for organizing these events, we will provide you the material, we will provide you the presentation slides and all that, and of course it will be possible to modify them in some way that you have your own presence, and but it also reflects that somehow this is an activity done under the umbrella of DIH². So the companies at the very regional level get to know that there is this European level network and we are somehow part of it, because our experience is that it's almost impossible to have manufacturing factories and companies to be part of this kind of European network. They are just way too busy. They don't attend any of the European events or anything like that. So this is our way of making sure to get them involved. And this is very, very useful for the digital innovation hubs themselves. And I think many of you are probably doing it anyway, in one way or the other. And this is one practice what we can all standardize. And we will share some, actually, one of the things we are going to do is to share that how we have been organizing these. If no further question from me, I think we can hand it over to Antonio, and he would try to get some input from you and some feedback from your side that what do you think we should be doing on our networking events together.
Yeah. Ali, may I ask you one question?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I am Ginteras from Lithuania, from Manufacturing Innovation Valley. Actually, once or two times per month, we have had some seminars or workshops for the manufacturing industry in Lithuania. And my question will be, you said that you will provide some information or some topics for the presentation, and maybe in general you will provide the whole presentation of the network and the services of the network for the manufacturing industry. But from my perspective, I would like to ask, maybe also could provide some suggestions on the speakers who will speak from the side of DIH². Or it should be done by our local evangelist or us as the Digital Innovation Hub. So what do you think about that?
I think this is true. First of all, of course, in any one of the sessions, I can show up and present DIH², that what we are trying to do, and you're part of, your digital innovation is part of our network. And that's okay, but they will not care so much about that, and they will forget very soon my face and whatever I said. Anyway, I will be speaking also in English, definitely in there.
That's normal. I think that's normal.
Yes, yeah.
The English is not a problem at all.
Yeah, I'm sure in Lithuania it's not a problem. In Estonia it's not a problem, but some places it can be for the manufacturing companies. But I think what we would like that the main face they know of the DIH² is the local digital innovation hub and the local person who is the representative of the DIH² network. Because eventually is the one, it's about building a long-term connection with these companies. It's about like really getting to know their problems today. And you know, the digitization for many of them is not going to end tomorrow, that we are going to do one project with them and it's gonna end, because they have to take steps with the like some very, very small steps before they can reach to a position where they are able to use artificial intelligence or something like that. So it's a long-term connection. And I think it's wonderful to build this roadmap and this path with some local evangelists and local digital innovation hub.
Okay.
But we will definitely provide you the material with the DIH² branding and all that, which you can actually use at the local level.
Okay, good. And we also have a possibility to actually organized some workshop or the seminar about the digital innovation hubs on the coordination group of our Industry 4.0 platform. So it also the possibility to make some kind of policy recommendations from the network to the local politicians. And that possibility we also have.
Perfect. This is very good information. We will do some work actually on policy also when we meet in July, in the 1st of July. Yes,
Yeah,
Teresa, you have your hand raised.
Just a short accomplishing question following in Taras and the language versions of the local event. So could we please organize it better in Czech, and could we please translate the materials to be presented in Czech? In
Yes,
our
you can.
local language?
Yes, of course, you can translate everything into whichever language.
Great.
Of course.
Possibly you, Ali, or somebody from DIH² network as a guest. It's really not a bad idea, because we have such experiences that it's good to organize the event locally. It's good to invite the local speakers, but some of the foreign speakers representing the network itself, it's always a best option. So if ever you or some of the colleagues would be able to attend, of course, in an online manner, we would like to do it as such. And exactly as Gintaras has said, there are possibly also other target groups that definitely should be informed about the DIH² network and the project. The other one in Czech Republic are all the Czech Digital Innovation Hubs, because we have a kind of collaborating platform, including all the 13 Czech DIHs and also potential European Digital Innovation Hubs candidates, and also the level with the local stakeholders, regional governments, also national government in our case. So that was just an accomplishing question that, of course, we will organize an event specifically for SMEs. And if the other target groups are also
Yes,
favorable for DIH².
Okay, I think this is something, there is what you just said. This is very, very actually wonderful what we are talking now, because I thought that we should take small and baby steps. So I started with the SMEs, but the truth, you're absolutely right. Actually, as I said, that once you have involved the SMEs and you're working with them, you are really involved with the companies. And then the next step, of course, is to get access to the funds where these companies, these problems can be solved. And that means that you have to get connected with the regional authorities and bodies, and maybe you also need to create local network with other digital innovation hubs, with other parties to do these things. So this is absolutely true that all these things should happen simultaneously. This is so one of the elements for DIH². Maybe you probably know that there is an organization called EURADA. It's the organization of European Regional Development Agencies, and we are actually we are planning to organize one event where we invite all different digital innovation hubs, and we also invite EURADA members and put you together. So basically involving the regional authorities is definitely a part of this task. So I explained what we do in DIH². So for example, I think this is very, very important when you're going to these companies and showing them the European opportunity. Because the truth or the fact is that out of every 10 or 20, only one will succeed to get the European funding. In most of the time, it will not be successful to get the European funding. And so your message to these companies should be very clear cut. You should not attract them to just to the European funding. You should attract them to solve their problems. So if they don't get to have the European funds, you can continue with their problem to the regional funds and to other possible sources of the funding. And this is something we have been doing in the DIH² also. So in the DIH², when we opened the call, of course, we engaged lots of companies, but out of every 10, only 1 managed to get the European funds. So what happens with the rest of the 9 is that the local digital innovation hubs tries to get them the same problem solved through the regional funds, through the connection with the regional bodies. By the way, I think connecting with the regional bodies, connecting with the regional authorities and the manufacturing SMEs and all that should be part of your daily job, in essence, as a digital innovation hub. So if you are not doing that, I think you should start doing it now. And if you don't plan to do that, then I think it's no very useful to be a digital innovation hub. Yes, Maria.
Yeah, maybe if I could not, I could integrate just some point in terms of connection with companies and creating this concrete and pragmatic relation with them. Maybe it would be interesting to understand how these networks could support or create impact, or eventually link with the future networks of European digital innovation hubs and the sub-networks that the European Commission is expecting from them, because they assume that most of us are involved somehow in potentially DIH proposals. Because my feeling is that companies on local level could be a little bit, confused by this type of terminology. So what is doing a DIH? What is doing an EDIH? So maybe this local event could be an occasion also to create some clarification or illustrate the companies what type of concrete impact and services they could get from both the networks.
Okay, one very important question. How many of you? Yes, how many of you already know that your application has been successful as EDI? Yeah, but I can tell, which I know some information, that something around 60% been successful and 40% has been not successful, the applications among the EDIs. So not all of them are going to go through. And we also know that only very few were allowed to even apply, because the national government or the regional government only could support few applications to be applied in there. That's the first case. So basically, there are way more digital innovation hubs, and there are way more activity what European network of this digital innovation hubs can actually support. The second important thing is that the European digital...
Ali, it looks like that, for example, our Lithuanian European Digital Innovation Hub will be supported.
Yes, I am not talking about that. I think many of you will be supported. But fundamentally, many of these digital innovation hubs have responsibility of doing so. They are focused on general digitization of society, many of them. They are focused on healthcare, also on the local police office, why they don't use computers, and the local hospital, why they are still using Excel sheets for the database. So we have to be very clear that our motive here is the manufacturing sector, robotics, AI for the manufacturing sector, Industry 4.0, and nothing else. So we are not talking with the healthcare, with the hospitals, and with anybody else in the region. Okay, I think it's getting now end of time, so let's go to Antonio, or he will be very upset with me otherwise.
Yeah, thanks, Ali.
Yes,
yeah, let me share my screen really fast. I think some of the topics that we are discussing here, we can also comment them during the presentation. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So really fast, as Ali said, and since we are here in a network, and once you participate in a network, the main purpose is so you can get some benefits. And the main ones, or some of them, the most basic ones, the most straightforward ones, are these. We have facilitation in talking, in discussing with each other. So why not using this this tool and this network to cooperate together and to apply for future European calls for projects or for any European initiatives that pop up. And this is the main focus of this session. We have two focuses. The first one will be to understand if there is any interest from the partners to participate in collaborative European projects. And the second is to collect some brainstorm ideas so we can as well prepare the convention next month, and we can have a content that suits everybody. So for the first call that we've identified, it's mostly related to robotic capabilities, demonstrated in several sectors. The outcomes expected is to add the value of robotics in a major application, in dangerous tasks, or in extreme environments. It's supposed to relate here the robotic fields and probably some case studies with human performance systems in complex tasks. And these are the topics. The second one as well, in the same deadline, more related to industry optimization for productions and services. So the outcomes are the optimization of production and the value chain of product, service, processes, and working conditions. Also open to AI solutions or learning systems that are adaptable to production and to services workflows. These are the main topics. The third one, this one is research innovation action. So it's more focused on robotic functionalities, exoskeletons, they're improving their capabilities, their efficiency. And the transformation of the whole robotic model. So this one can be interesting if for any company of your networks that is actively improving robotics in terms of their mechanical structure. Robot bodies with improved physical integration capabilities, fast, precise, and safe navigation. And the last one, although it's a bit different from the others, I thought it was also worth to put here. The deadline is 1 week after the other ones, and this one is more focused on human to robot interaction and human protection in risk environments. Because I remember that when we met in Naples, the French partners told us that they had a laboratory for underwater welding, so this can be interesting for them as well. And the purpose is to reduce risk, human personnel, allowing for mitigation in locations that are hard to reach, underwater, underground, high altitudes with harsh environments. So another topic as well to consider. The purpose of this, first, I'm going to ask you if you have your mobile phones with you, so you can interact and we can all see the interactions together. So please get up your phone. I'm going to ask you for 4 main tasks. First, to collect interest from the partners. Who are the partners that are interested in participating in a future call? Then identify areas of excellence and added value that you have or your network has, and use cases and capabilities from your network. And any past participation or any past knowledge that you would like to share with the network. We're going to collect all of this information and make a session in Rotterdam next month. So this will be useful for us to then, if we possibly can do a matching and can do this first step of consortium building, then we'll let you guys also negotiate and interact with each other to see any future opportunities. Please go to this website in your cell phone, menti.com. It's really simple. If you put in any browser and then put the code that appears on the screen. Or instead, you can just use the QR code. See already 10 people, 11. I think we are 60 here, so I'm expecting a lot more, 14. Okay, you have 21.
Like the graphics with the hearts coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do that, because as I said, that this is all it's our network. We all can decide to do what we want to do for our own benefit. So we depend on you how to run this network. So will not be nice to just complain that, okay, this is not going how we want it to go, because you can actually say how it should go.
Yeah, and in a proposal stage, if you send out a proposal with a consortium gathered by a digital innovation hub, it will definitely have a lot more strength and a lot more backing than just a normal.
Antonio, I just can see on the screen instructions, but doesn't happen anymore when
Sorry?
I open the mende.com.
It does. You can see. Ah, no, yeah. It's not appearing anything in the cell phone.
Yeah. So what should I do? What should I do?
You can't enter the website, or you can.
Yeah, I cannot enter to the website.
Can you try with a different browser? You are using. Yeah.
Okay.
Google Chrome, probably. No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have already 39 people, 40. I think we can start. 41 people, that's more than half, way more than half. So, okay. So for the first question is, yeah, who is interested in participating in a future call? In your cell phones, you have here a possibility to write. So please write the name of your organization if you are interested. Okay. See some new partners, some older partners, VDT, RoboCoast. Okay. IFAR Lab, nice. CDP here. Czech Innovation, we have the Belgrade University as well. Okay. Okay, we have 39 answers from 40 people, so that's good. Let's continue. So in terms of areas of interest, in what specific topic would you be interested in participating? So I know that they're related to robotics, manufacturing, but in those areas, do you have any specific application, specific market segment that you'd be interested in, or that you have knowledge in, or do you know that your network of partners has any specific? Okay, decision support systems, we have here medical applications. This is new. Okay, predictive maintenance, this is good as well. Robot fleet management, okay. Okay, so actually interesting topics popping up. Okay, agriculture applications as well. Good, 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 good.
One thing I think we should focus in our network. One, of course, these are all obvious and many very interesting suggestions. But we know that the Commission or the whole Europe is looking towards becoming climate neutral, and manufacturing has a big impact on the climate. Is one of the bad things which is happening. So how robots and AI can contribute to more circular economy, more recycling, more remanufacturing, I think those topics would be very much interesting and should be focused on. It's just a suggestion for the whole network, that we really should focus on those topics. That how robots, for example, there are lots of remanufacturing, recycling, refurbishment, and recovery of materials and metals, jobs which are uneconomical to be done in Europe because of the low cost of the material. But if we can automate those things, if we can use robots to do, it's actually a very wonderful market for the robotics and artificial intelligence. And it's not easy to do it only with robots. Normally you need some artificial intelligence with that. So this could be something to think about.
Yeah, definitely, Ali. Yeah. Okay, next question. And by the way, guys, in your mobile phone, you'll have a pop-up that says the presenter has changed slide, and you just click there to change the slide. So yeah, what previous fields and areas have you participated in? What knowledge do you have from previous projects or EU grants? And if you can give us the name of the project, would be nice, so that we can make some previous research and then match with your preferences. Okay, Rainbot, yes, Better Factory. Okay, this is valuable information for us. Good. Agrobot food. Yeah, good. Okay. Next question. I think we have more than enough projects here already. And next and final question. Yeah, previous use cases from your network. So do you identify any company inside your network, inside your region, that has logistical, that has any specialization in any topic that could be interesting? I know a laboratory of I don't know, random firefighting, underwater welding, as our French partners have. Okay, we have assembly tasks, robotic system for adaptive welding, smart production. For example, in the medical field, does any partner have any application or aerospace manufacturing testing? Oh, this is good. Agro drones that we're mentioning. Okay, good. Surgical robots as well, support devices, good. So this is just a preliminary exercise because as you know, there's a lot of new people in the network. So it's kind of hard to understand what everybody is doing or what are the excellence fields that the partners have in their own regions. But hopefully we'll collect all of this information, and on the next month we can present something more visual and more hands-on, so you guys can then talk with each other, understand if there is a need or if there is any possible partnership open from the partners. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go for the next topic, which is the convention. As Ali said, we are still defining the schedule for the convention in Rotterdam, and we need your help. So we want everybody to feel like going to Rotterdam was worth it and brought an added value experience to the participation. And yeah, we want to hear from you. What do you want to, what fields and what topics would you like to have there addressed? Ali said as well, commented it will probably start at 9 and finish at 4. We'll have a lunch together in a way that is possible to interact freely, and so people can also network openly. The sessions, I thought about 5 main topics. First one, of course, an introduction to the DIH², then some icebreaker or networking, then this topic related to the proposals and grant possibilities within the network, then some technical topics that partners are open as well to participate and to promote, and future plans for the network and sustainability. And so what I want to hear from you again, and yeah, you can go to slide as well on your cell phone. What topics in the introduction of the DIH² would you like to know? We already had some questions related to the website, related to communication materials, to local robot days. So what topics would you like to see developed in Rotterdam next month? So this is the place where you can just openly put all your ideas, put all your comments. Okay, what is the role of the DIH² members? Good. Okay, there's an idea of creating a pitch, how to make a local robot day, best practices. This is a good topic. Who is who in the DIH²? Benefit service for communities. Again, the role of the DIH² members. Challenges in the network, success stories. Okay, this is also a good topic you can promote. Examples again, synergies. Private investors, private investment, joint venture. Okay, opportunities. Any new topic, any open topic? Best practices. Ali, would you like to comment anything so we can get some more ideas? So as you know, the event will be really flexible. So despite some basic sessions that we can have, we are open for anything really. So
yes, but we have to, if you unless you're planning to stay there for the whole week and do this for next 3 days, I think it's difficult to address all the topics. So yeah, but basically we do this step by step. I think the first meeting should be more focused in try to first of all get to know other people, let other people to get to know you, and then basically that would be a seed, because we would continue to organize things online so to keep things going faster. And then try to build maybe 1 or 2 partnerships for the next possible European opportunity. I think that would be a very good place to start. And possibility to pitch and everything would be there. I think we will have a small session, so it will be possible to do that. And also there will be coffee breaks and lunch breaks where you can freely pitch and talk and meet with other people. Actually, some of the best things what I have done has happened during the coffee breaks and the lunch breaks.
Okay.
So maybe we should only organize coffee and lunch breaks then.
Yeah. Okay, so for my last question for you guys is exactly what Ali said. If you have any ideas for icebreakers and networks, we're already off the time. So if you have any idea, anything that that went well in the past that you participated. Short talks we have here. Round tables. World Cafe, suggestions, wine. Yeah, that helps. Short introduction, stand-up lunch. Okay. Okay. From my side, that's it. We'll work on your questions. Ali, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I think this was good. Thank you all for this.
Yeah, thank you for the participation.
Yeah, and this will help us to actually make the agenda and send it to you. So I think we can end the meeting.